Hey guys, doing another ghost story. Indiana ghost stories. Yeah. Well, we're in Harlie's room. You probably can't see, but there is an It poster. But I've got some ghost stories. I'll probably be like back and forth reading it. So I'm on our bed, so if it's gonna be a little shaky and stuff, I didn't have nowhere else to go. It was kind of a small room, but okay. Want to get started? You want to get started talking? Alright. Greene County Log Cabin. In western Greene County, at the end of a gravel road, there is a small cemetery. It's the final resting place of 19th century children that passed away from diseases and fell victim to hardships. The children might have wept in the struggle they were going through, and it is reported that it was reported that I'm sorry, I wrote this really bad, and it is reported that you can still hear it crying to this day of children. Not too far from the cemetery is a log cabin with a long history and eerie past. It is in the 1970s, and a young family moved into the cabin. A year later, the wife gave birth to a girl. Not long after having a baby, the mother and the father started hearing cries in their home. I'm sorry if I want to mumble this. It's just been a long day. In the middle of the night, the mother woke up hearing a baby crying. She thought it was her daughter. She quietly opened her daughter's door and she peered in the door. She seen her daughter was fast asleep. She didn't know where the sound of an infant weeping was coming from then. Are you gonna tell me? Other sounds were heard through the house. A banjo leaned up against the wall in one room. One day, the family were relaxed on the sofa. Oh my gosh, sorry. In the living room when they heard an instrument playing. They just blamed it on one of four other cats. That's a lot of cats. Thinking the cat just rubbed up against the banjo. Then one of them walked into the room where the banjo is, and the cats were nowhere to be found. The young family was not terrified by the strange occurrences happening. The past tenant swears she would never live in another haunted house because of how scared she was living in this log cabin. Sorry, got to scroll down. This woman and her husband did not stay long in this home because of the strange events. The two would be lying in bed when they heard instruments, like a flute or an organ. It would rise from the quiet darkness, moving around the room. The husband would wake and get up, and when he would turn on the light, he saw nothing. His wife remembers that he would have this completely flat, glassy look on his face. You want to read that?
Looking back, the wife felt like the presence was warning her to a
tragedy
that would happen in the future. The presents tried to reach her again a couple of nights later.
This one night, the wife was lying in bed, falling asleep. Then once again she felt the presence. Her eyes slowly opened, and she seen a female in a long gray blue dress with a high collar and her hair was light brown, pulled into a bun. The female seemed to be speaking, trying to communicate, and then she began to motion for the wife to follow her. Do you want to read the next one? Right there.
The wife got up and followed the female spirit. She was led into the living room where she seen someone that caught her eye. To the right of her, she seen a image of a tombstone, a version more or less of one that had been in the graveyard. She said the woman hurried to wake up her husband up, and they both went back to the living room to her surprise that the tombstone and the spirit had disappeared.
A few months after that, the wife lost her husband in an automobile accident. The wife finally understood everything. All the events that had happened inside the home was an omen. A hangers of doom. Sorry, I never learned that word. She knows now that the spirit was trying to warn her of her husband's death. She has memories only of extreme loss and grief of the time living in the log cabin. Sorry, I gotta scroll down. She claims that the spirit sorry guys, I did not write this right. I was trying not to make it like all the same words as the book because I didn't want it to be, She claims that the spirits were not evil and they never scared her. She is convinced that the spirits were good and trying to be helpful. Though she would never live in another haunted house again. Let's got another story.
The day started.
It's called, wait, you gotta tell them what it's called. Flames of Mystery. Now start.
Flames of Mystery. The day started out as any other. Mrs. Hackler prepared breakfast like she did every morning, bacon and eggs, while her husband woke the children from slumber.
Sorry, I wrote it wrong.
You mean slumber party, right?
No, like they're sleeping.
Oh.
This was recording, Harlie.
When breakfast was done and Miss Hackler was clearing the table, she smelled smoke.
She smelled
smoke. She looked at the wood stove and seeing nothing was burning. She went through the house and realized it was coming from upstairs. Smoke coming from beneath a second floor window. Miss Hackler seen the flames. She yelled for her family to come anxiously
investigate.
Mr. Hackler seen the paint on the walls bubbling. He said the burning was coming from within the walls. The Auden Fire Department came to the house and didn't take long to douse the blaze. The firefighters were extremely puzzled. They did not find the cause of the fire. The home did not have electricity, so there was no source of the combustion. The fire started from nothing. They told the hackers that the flames were out and
they were safe at home.
And it says the word.
Sorry, I meant the other way. And they were safe at home. Sorry, guys.
Not long after the firefighters left, they had to come back to the hacker's home. This time, matters in one of the family's bedrooms had burst into flames out of were burning from inside out. The firefighters put out the fire. Again, they did not have an
explanation.
For the fire. They deemed the house
safe
and left again. By evening time, the family and firefighters and the locals had witnessed the impossible. In the span of 3
hours,
the hackers had report 9 separate fires in their home. Had to go down. You had to
read that one and I'll go down.
A cleaner in the
calendar
in the kitchen. Seriously, I don't know where it is.
Had burst
into flames, as did one of Mr. Hackler's overalls. 2 objects within seconds had became ashes. A firefighter near a coffee table seen a book start smoking without warning. He opened the book and it was in flames. It was nightfall. The hacklers had reported 9 to 28 fires in their home. Usually spontaneous combustions occurs in piles of leaves, grain, hay, or coal. There had to be a...
Can you help?
Yes, I'm on that word.
Mischievous
spirit inside the home that day.
Oh, don't knock it over.
Go down.
Let me get there.
Mr. Hackler Mr. Heckler made a decision that his family would never set foot in the haunted home again. Him and his family spent the night outside under the stars. Stars. In the morning, Mr. Heckler tore down the house. Mr. Heckler took some of the
salvage
lumber from the house to rebuild the new home a few miles away. Never was determined who or what had determined who or what had set the spirit was.
No, the fires.
Fires that evening.
Airy day
In 1940, the Hacklers lived happily, peacefully in their new home. The spirit was believed to be haunting the land, not the home.
Good job.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that was right in my ear, guys.
I didn't mean to clap that so hard.
Oh my god, I think she clapped my eardrum out.
I can't clap easy.
I don't know if y'all heard that.
I'm sorry.
Shh.
I didn't clap.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this rolled. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm on my laptop and then doing this on my phone, so I'm trying to get this worked out. And then this one wants to be all up in me because she's tired. She was asleep, but then she woke up when she found out I wasn't next to her. Okay, haunted housemates. A haunted house, a house in Bloomington, Indiana, has a shrunken head hanging from its front entrance. This grisly ornament is an eerie reminder of the events that reportedly took place in this home. She is a better reader than I am. In 2001, this residence was occupied by students of Indiana University. 4 students moved into the home and was told by the landlord that to not disturb anything in the basement because of the illegal events that had took place down there. The students went down there and cleaned up the space. They did it anyways. Doesn't young adults do that anyways? Don't they, Harley? Don't listen to anybody. As the students were cleaning up, the discovery of a disturbing item. It was hidden beneath the stacks of the old clothes, board games, and other of a cement bench, I guess. Sorry. The bench was in the shape of a U. In the center stood a cross. Seemed like a cross. Something like that. Y'all get it. I wrote this really bad. I must have really been sleepy that day. The students discovered a pile of old letters, passionate and lengthy correspondence between a man and a woman who had lived in the home a time ago. From the forgotten letters, they learned that the gentleman had served in Vietnam and then that he passed away during the war. Aww. Not long after the makeshift altar, and letter had been found. Strange things began happening in the house. One evening when the students were cleaning out other another room, they heard a strange sound. They stopped everything they were doing and was quiet and listened to the sound. They found out where the noise was coming from. It was coming from the television, which was odd because none of them were in the room. So it was weird that the television was on. It turned on by itself. More activity happened when the students decided to use a Ouija board. That is a big no-no, people. They found it in the home. They shut themselves in the living room and asked the board two questions. First question, how many spirits were with them? The pointer moved to the number 6. Second question, where does the spirits pass their time? The tenant's hands shook some as the pointer moved across the board, slowly spelling out one of the students' nickname. Not his name. It was his nickname, not his name. The 4 of them looked at the student's bedroom. Oh, goodness, people. The light from beneath the closed door started flickering for a moment, then shut off. Here, sit with Sissy. You want to sit with Sissy? No? Okay.
She hates Sissy.
No, she's just tired. Sorry, people. Let me slow down. Yes, I know. You're all probably like, okay, people. The more activity happened when the students... Oh, wait. I already read that. Let me go down. I'm sorry. They stopped asking the Ouija board questions that night. The friends needed some air, so they went outside for a walk. They were trying to forget what happened. When they came back into the house, they all noticed that the light had been off in the bedroom. They mysteriously turned back on by itself. The television was not... What are you doing, kid?
Nothing.
The television was not the only disturbing sound inside the home. The stereo would turn on by itself, playing music. The student heard a loud sound go through the room. It was not from the sound coming from the stereo. One of the housemates said he will not be sleeping in the house that night. He was just too scared by the events that had happened. They were hearing moans, wails coming from the empty basement. All of these eerie events have happened to and mystery surrounding the home have happened to contribute to the mysterious surroundings in the home. Well, stay tuned for next week, guys, because I'm going to be having more... Oh, sorry, guys, if you can't see what happened. Where is the light?
Hello, guys. Hello, guys.
Oh, stop it. Sorry, guys, but stay tuned next week for more videos. Say hi, Willow.
Do thumbs up. Do thumbs up.
Do thumbs up.
Do thumbs up. Thumbs up, Willow.
Good job. All right, stay tuned.
Bye.
Say bye, Aunt.
Yeah. Bye.
She got goosebumps.
Woo!
Peace. Love you guys. Bye, dudes and dudettes.
Yeah. Uh-oh.